The market is running down, but we still managed to make $717 so far this week. And we did sell 1,000 shares of ULTY. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video, we're going to talk about how we made that $700 this week, as well as the plans for the cash we got from selling ULTY. But if you're new to the channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to collect at least $700 every single week. We do this through selling cash secured puts, selling covered calls, doing credit spreads, and finally collecting dividends from high yielders like ULTY, TSYY, COYY, and others. So let's jump right into our trade history here before we talk about ULTY. So this week, we rolled a ton of positions. What does that mean? When you sell a cash secured put, you are agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. When you get into this contract, you get paid a credit. You're getting paid just to agree to buy a stock. Pretty awesome. My favorite way to trade. But remember, guys, my trades are my opinions. They should never be taken as financial advice. So, rolling positions. I'm still agreeing to buy them from the original price, but I changed my expiration date. Rather than letting them expire this Friday or next Friday, I moved them out till the end of December. Because you know what? Market's rolling down. Let's capture some more cash because we might get assigned on these. And if we do, that's fine. But I want to capture that cash now while I can. So you can see, full transparency, all the positions we rolled this week. We rolled a ton of positions. We opened a couple new ones. Serve Robotics here. We agreed to buy it for $8.50 per share. We got paid $50. Easy money. I love it. I love Serve. And it's running down, and I hope it stays down because I want to open another cash secured put position on it next week. So that's what we did this week option-wise. Dividends. Let's take a look at that. $187 hitting the account from ULTY tonight. Ooh, low. TSYY, $105. And Friday, we're going to get another $38 from YBIT. So that's our options and dividends. But let's jump into ULTY, what we came for today. Before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out to the wonderful Premium Generals. It's a private group where I post exclusive content such as educational videos on how to sell a cash secured put, how to sell a covered call, how to do a credit spread, how to do a debit spread, and also every trade that I make, when I make it, I make sure the Premium Generals are in the know. Right when I make that trade, I send it to them. On top of that, any portfolio updates I make, especially with, selling ULTY, what I did with some of the money and things like that, my plans for future with the account, everything goes through the Premium Generals. On top of that, you get to be in every single video. So it sounds like a win to me. It's $10. Come check it out. See your face in the videos. Maybe you'll learn something as well. Join us on this educational journey. It's a lot of fun. And I also do have a Fiverr. I'll put that link in the description. If you're interested in a little bit more one-on-one option selling education, we'll jump on phone calls, things like that. I will put that link in the description as well. But subscribe to the channel, leaving likes, that is a tremendous help, my friends, as we work our way towards 5,000 subscribers. And with that being said, let's get back in that video. ULTY, what started as a fairy tale ended in disaster. No, that's an overreaction. I'm just kidding. I still made money on ULTY this year, but I definitely could have made more if I wouldn't have been as extended into it. At the peak, I had a little over 5,000 shares. I am down to 2,000 shares now. And as I told the Premium Generals a couple of days ago, I'm okay with owning 500 shares of ULTY regardless. So if we get down to $4, I think I will sell the last 1,500 and just have 500 shares. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with MSTY, CONY, TSYY, COYY, all these other income funds. I'm okay with 500 of them. It makes it easier to get your ROC, return of capital, and it also puts a little bit less stress on the position. I never was stressed on ULTY. I never crossed that threshold in terms of, oh man, if you got to worry about your position, you have too much in it. I never crossed that line, but it was at the point where it's like, man, I'm missing out on other potential gains. And so this week, $187 we got from ULTY. Next week we'll probably get like $100, and I'm good with that. If the price would stabilize a little bit and we'd get $100 from ULTY a week, hey, that's a win in my book. But if we don't and we continue to drop, I probably will go down to the 500 shares. So what I did with some of that money, and I'm not going to talk about what I'll do with all of it, but some of it I used to buy. I bought 100 shares of TSYY, so now I have 760 shares, average cost of $761. I don't want to buy any more of that. I'm good with that amount. YBIT, I already have my 500 shares, so I'm good there. I bought some more Cornerstone funds for a little bit more stability, but still a decent yield. I mean, they're paying out between 14-18% a year. That's pretty good. I will take that yield with a little bit flatter stabilization and, start selling a little bit more options and a little less income dividend-paying funds each week, which is fine with me. As I always say, option selling is my favorite. But so we have 1,000 shares of the Cornerstone CRF, 800 of CLM. My goal is to get 1,000 of each. So distributions, I will probably continue to take ULTYs, TSYYs, COYYs, and YBITs and put them into CLM until I get that 1,000 shares. That's essentially 1,000 shares gets you right around $100 a month for each one. So a nice $200 for them between the two. Now, I believe it's ex-div for both of them tomorrow, so I'm only going to have the 800 shares for CLM between now and then the 1,000 for CRF. So I'm good with. They'll pay out the last week of the month, so next week I won't get anything from them, but the final week of the month will probably be all dividend income. So I'm going to try to roll most of my positions next week because the week after I'll have heavy dividend payouts. So that's something to note. But with that being said, guys, the market's going down, it's going up. It's okay with us. We're continuously generating income, and at the end of the day, that's all the focus of this account. Regardless of the way the price moves on different funds, I'm okay with it. I would love for some of the positions I have covered calls on for the stocks to come down. $2.50 Wolf covered call. For those that are new, a covered call, I agreed to sell this stock for $2.50, which is what I bought it for. Didn't know it was going to shoot up to $11. Same with NIO, $4 I bought it for. I didn't realize it was going to shoot up to about $10. Things like that. I need those funds to pull back down so I don't have to sell those positions. I didn't really want to, but, it is what it is. Can't really control what stocks run up, what's go down. So, nonetheless, I'm still ecstatic with where we are, $717 on the week. That's another fantastic week, and we're going to continue to grow the account through income. And I just appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.